Hi everybody, I'm going to shoot the latest course report. 27th February today, so this is February's course report. And I think one word, wet. That's the word for this course report. I may say that quite a few times over the next sort of 5 or 6 minutes, or however long it takes me to do the report. But February's been a bit of a joke in terms of moisture. Last year February was the driest for 30 years, and this year's going to go down as arguably one of the wettest. Makes planning very, very difficult, and top it all off, we get an extra day this month as well, so thanks for that. Another wet day probably, but I'll go through the course report, do the normal subjects. So to touch on the weather, as you can guess, it's been pretty wet. We've had just shy of 90 mil of rain for the month, which is loads. Obviously we've fared better than some, but we still had a lot of rain. Got the puddles. In fact, I'm standing on the practice tee here and you can actually see all the wheel marks on the range from where we picked the balls up this morning. It's quite horrible. So getting around has been difficult. We've had to close the course a few times. There's a lot of standing water out there. It's ridiculously mild as well, which means the grass is growing and it's too wet to cut. So it's a proper rock and a hard place type of stuff for us at the minute. We really can't get out and do what we want to do because of the standing water. But at the same time, the grass don't care. It's off and running. So the course is not where we want it to be really. But yeah, it's what it is. It's a common theme now. Every winter seems to be getting wetter. So I'll run you through the other stuff that we are trying to get done. It is difficult. We go through some subjects and little jobs we're doing around the course to make it look good for when the season kicks off, which is not long at all now really, sort of 4 or 5 weeks time. And then hopefully everything makes sense. But if you do got any questions, just give us you see me at the course, or leave something in the comments. I've actually worked out how to disable the restriction, if you like. People couldn't leave comments on YouTube, but you can now. Took me a few months, but I've done it. But either that or Facebook. So that's it really. Hope it all makes sense. I hope you enjoy the report. Cheers. So for this month's green section, I'm standing on the 9th green. Greens are okay, to be fair. They're not brilliant. They're okay. We've got a little bit of disease kicking around in places. You'll see a little bit of orange there. Not really ideal. Pretty common for this time of year, where it's been reasonably mild. And I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's quite wet out here, and it's difficult to get out and spray anything. So we've got a little bit of disease pressure, but nothing too drastic. I'm pretty pleased with the conditions of the greens really for February, and despite the weather, they're actually putting all right. A little bit long, again down to the moisture. It's difficult to get out. We've got our wet ones, and we've got our 4 wet ones. They're difficult to cut when it's really wet. 9, what I'm standing on now, is not particularly wet, but it's it's just difficult to get the mower out there when you've got so much standing water. But on the whole, the greens are okay. Pitch marks that we reported on last month have got a little better. We're still finding a few. I've actually just walked past 2 on this green, so I will actually point them out. That been left. There's one there, and there's one there. So actually there's 3. Another one. 4. Look, so that's 4 in a square. It's still not great, but it has got a little better. So moving forward on the greens, obviously I've sprayed them this morning. I've got another spray window tomorrow by the looks of it, so I'm going to put some wetting agent out tomorrow, help push a little bit of the moisture down, a little bit of seaweed, a bit of natural goodness for the greens. And then next week we've got our maintenance week. That would normally be the full core, but due to the fact it is so wet, I don't know if I've mentioned it's wet out here, but just due to the fact it is quite wet, we might not be able to do all that on all of the greens, especially the soft ones, so we might just be solid. But we're going to get an overseed in, we're going to get a top dress down, so the greens are going to get their early maintenance next week. But on the whole, the greens ain't too bad.
So one of the big projects we're starting to do, we started it last week, is the 13th tee area. So historically, look behind me, you've got what used to be the old 12th green in there, the old par 5 green, long before my time. But that's all overgrown, full of brambles and dead trees and things like that. So we've cleared all that out, which obviously looks brilliant. We're getting good airflow through there now. More light to the tee boxes that we've got down there at the minute. But what we've decided to do is, where we had 2 tees on 13, one high one small one, poor light, poor growth, and just doing that alone won't cure the issues we've got down here. A lot of worms down here. You used to get really wet, really muddy. A lot of the moisture's come down off the hill on 12, and the whole area around here, not just on the tee boxes but at the front, was really, really wet. So what we've decided to do, like I say, is we've got the makings of a new tee box. We're going to have one tee here, one high tee here. So obviously we've cleared out the fence, and we've pushed the tee back as far as we can probably go. It gives us about another 6 yards. It's not loads, but that's not the reason we're doing it, obviously. And we're going to build a nice high tee in this area. The soil we're taking to build it up is coming from a new pond. Again, behind me there you can see Tim is in there with a digger, digging the pond out now. It's not really a hazard as such, the pond, it's more to collect water. And over the next few years we'll run some drains from 7, from 12, sort of heading towards that area, and we hope to have a bit of a collection area, so this whole area will be better in years to come. So obviously at the minute it's really, really wet, but hopefully in a few years time this area will be better, and hopefully, and by the Masters this year, the new tee box will be open. It will give a better perspective of the hole. We'll be able to see the fairway being raised. We'll make a nice path with a set of steps up to it as well, and just the whole area will just look generally better because it was a bit scabby. So another big project we've done this year, we've gone around the entire course, attacking all the in-play areas. So I'm standing between, we're looking at the copse trees between 8 and 12 at the minute. And as you can see, we have gone through here proper, clearing this out, removing all the bramble, all the crap that was in here, and exposing the trees the whole way down. And you can see right the way through now to 9, and obviously this is down the 8th. So this whole area is better. I say we've done this on every single hole. So we started on the 1st, and we've gone all the way around to 18. We've got, with the exception of the 10th, we haven't finished 10th yet because it's been so wet up there. I don't know if I've mentioned it's been wet out of the course, wet. But yeah, 10's too wet really to do it, but we've got to do a bit on 10. And the trees that are behind the 12th tee, just thin some of them out for the airflow and things like that. But this is going to massively improve this area. I'll say not only is the trees that we've left behind going to prosper and become healthier, but you know, airflow for the likes of 7, 12 and sort of areas. That's just this one, and playability as well. If the ball goes in, it's going to be a lot easier to find it and play it. So it's been a big job, but one that's been well worth it. So I'm standing on the 5th metal tee. As you can see, it's got no turf left on it. This tee was quite uneven, big dip at the front. So in order to level it off, we have to remove the turf. Now I'll show you in a minute the 17th bunker that we've done, and that's exactly where this turf has gone. We've used that turf on 17th bunker, and a little bit of it has been used on the 7th bridge on the right hand side that we've levelled and returfed. So in the coming weeks this one's going to be getting levelled and returfed, so it'll all be back in play and level for the playing season. But when you see the 5th tee, that's the reasons we've done it and why we've done it like this. So stand on 17, new bunker's gone in on 17, so it is an extension of the original one that was there. The face was all falling away on that one. So we've made this one a little bit bigger. It looks deeper at the minute, but it's not really. It is a little bit, but not mega. Obviously Tyler's in there at the minute, say hi Ty.
Right.
So this will be finished, all but the sand, in the next, probably, hopefully tomorrow, and it just needs turfing around the top. So it has been made a little bit bigger. On the compromise side of that, we've removed the back one completely. Bit pointless. Again, another collapsed face. They were 5 years old, so they've done their time. It's about what you get out of a grass revet is about 5 years, so that would be obviously turfed over. As you can see, the blue line, this whole area is GUR at the minute, and yeah, it'd be a good addition for this coming season. So that's the new bunker on the 17th, and I'll be surprised if anyone can putt out of this one. So that was this month's course report, a little update of what we've been doing since the last one. I remember when I shot last month's course report, it was glorious sunshine, the buggies were out, it was nice and firm, and in the 4 weeks since, it's done nothing but rain. It's been bloody horrible, and yeah, the golf course has definitely taken a bit of a dip in terms of playability. But you know, we carry on regardless. We got things to do. Lots of little projects coming to an end now, which should be nice. It'll all be finished off soon, and we've still got a few more we haven't started yet. So the hut, today actually the new matting turned up to go around the hut, so that'll be done soon. We've got maintenance week next week. That's going to take priority, and then we'll crack on with that. As I said earlier, we've still got a little bit of tree work to do on 10, clearing a few trees behind the 9th. No, not the 9th, the 12th tee on the 9th. And irrigation audit. You may have seen we've dug out a few irrigation boxes. You know, that's just around the corner, irrigation. So we've done a full audit on that. We've got a few repairs that we know we need to make. So I'll be doing that as well, and just generally getting ready for the playing season, which is literally only like a month's time. It's Easter, so yeah, busy. Golf course is long in terms of grass. You know, some of the 7th fairway and the 13th fairway are blended in with the rough at the minute, but it just puddles around and you can't get out there. But you know, we're very aware of it. We're doing what we can, and every little window that we do get, we're out there, you know, doing what we can. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. I hate this. I hate it when it gets like this. Really do. It's not where I want it. It's not where you want it. But it is. It is February. It is winter. But it is crap. So that's the end of the course report. I think I've covered pretty much everything that we're doing, everything that's coming up. Obviously I'll shoot another one in March, end of March, and hopefully it'll be sunny, warmer, better, but time will tell. So anyone's got any questions, I say I've now disabled the restrictions that was being put on our account on YouTube. I don't know why we couldn't. Well, I do know now, but it took me a few months to work out why no one could comment, but you can now. Obviously it's put on social media, Facebook, them sort of things, so you can always use them, see me out on the course, or go through the office. But until next time, thank you very much, see you later.